All right, here we go. We're in day 10. You're doing an incredible job, and I'm so proud of you. In fact, you know what? Just let me take a moment right now. If nobody's ever told you this before, I'm proud of you. In fact, God's proud of you. To be going this far, doing this much, investing into your future, 10 days straight of just making it happen, even if you kind of cheated and you've taken breaks in between and you're really on day 30, but you're in day 10 of the devotional, good for you. Keep it up. Let me tell you the next big point that's really going to help you and really going to encourage you, but it's not always the easiest to follow through. And the word is this. It can be a dirty word for some. Obedience. I want you to write that down if you're taking notes, and I want you to say it out loud for yourself. Obey. Obedience is powerful. Through obedience, we had Noah building an ark. Through obedience, we saw Abraham step out into the wilderness and find the promised land. But it's through obedience. Now, let me give you a key. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Let me say it again. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. There's only one type of obedience, and that is immediate obedience. That's why when Jesus chose his disciples and said, "Come follow me," the Bible says they immediately dropped their nets and followed him. No questions, no debate, no ifs, ands, or buts. They just started following Jesus. And I know that can be difficult. I remember, being a player in high school and these coaches barking orders at me all the time and challenging me and trying to get me to do that. But you know what? They were doing it for my good. Because if you're out on a football field and you're not following and obeying the rules of engagement, you're not following the play, and you get caught watching the game and not doing what you're supposed to, you're going to get hurt. In fact, you're going to get knocked out. You could end up in an ambulance. You could end up seriously injured. And those are some of the highlight reels that you see on ESPN because somebody got caught watching instead of obeying. They got caught being a bystander when they should have been a participant. And that's what God is calling you to be. Not a bystander who watches others do it. Not somebody who hears about what others have done. Not getting a ticket to the game. You're in the game. You are in the game of life. You're in this game of discipleship, this walk with God, and obedience is going to be your greatest key. So let's go back. When you're reading your word, like we encouraged you to do, when you're reading your word, obey what God speaks to you. That's why the Bible says, don't just be hearers of the word, but be doers of the word. You got to follow through. Faith without works is dead. So you got to do something about it. Not just have a good feeling. Intentions will only get you so far. Actions will bring fulfillment. But that comes through a strict life of obedience. So I encourage you, you're going to have to step out. You're going to have to be obedient to what God's calling you. When you're praying, stop talking for a minute, listen to what God has to say, and then immediately do it. So my challenge to you this week is this. I want you to step out and I want you to obey the last thing that God told you to do. Maybe it was a leader. Maybe it was a mentor. Maybe it was a pastor. Maybe it was somebody, whoever it was, or however God spoke to you, whether through the word, through worship, through prayer, you need to step out and obey, okay? Let's step out, let's obey, let's follow through. Because remember, we'll do a little review. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. So immediately drop what you're doing, follow God, and obey. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.